Yep. Now, Liam, the big question is who's going to finish fourth in that, I think, in the table, because Chelsea and Arsenal, Chelsea are fourth, Arsenal are fifth. They both have the same number of points, 37, and they're 8 points clear of Manchester United in sixth place, which is actually quite a lot. Arsenal back on the winning trail against Burnley, but it was hard work, wasn't it, Liam?
Yeah, I was at the match. It wasn't convincing by any means. Ozil was back in the team, and he had a hand in the first.
What did you think of that?
Goal. Well, he had a game that would sum up Ozil entirely. He had a couple of moments of magic, and the rest of the time he was pretty average, pretty poor. Would I have him in the team? Would I not? I think the trouble for Emery is if he put somebody in like Ramsey or Iwobi instead of Ozil, they just haven't got the class that Ozil has. Yes. And if the results go bad, automatically all the fans are going to say, "Well, why did you pick Iwobi in front of Ozil?" It's a difficult one for him. I don't know whether after the defeat against Spurs and Tottenham, when Ozil didn't feature at all. I don't know whether he bottled it a bit. Emery might have said, "Oh, I better get this guy back in the team, otherwise Arsenal fans are going to be critical of me." And he put him back in, and up to a point it worked. But we were playing against Burnley, who were just a big physical side, and gave us problems with that. They had 3 or 4 really good chances that they didn't take. So who's going to finish in the top 4, Eamon? I don't know. I think Man United will come back in the picture now that Mourinho's gone. So it's 4 from 6. You'd have to say Liverpool, Man City, and Spurs maybe. Spurs have turned it round with Chelsea in recent weeks. I would have said Liverpool, Man City, and Chelsea, and then the other places up for grabs. But Spurs have gone away. Chelsea have had a pretty poor month. They've lost at Wolves. They lost again at home against Leicester.
Yes.
They haven't got a striker. They've of the top 6 teams, they're the top 5 teams. They're the team that scored the least amount of goals. I don't know. Arsenal's defence, I think, Eamon, would slightly tip the balance in Chelsea's favour for me, unless they do something in the transfer window, which is difficult to find real good defender in the winter transfer window.
Yeah, and there's a distinct possibility because of Abramovich's visa situation. He can only go to Britain on an Israeli visa at the moment, so his status, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, he's not allowed to work or do business there, but there's no doubt they won't be going into the transfer market in the window in a big way, and they simply haven't got, for they're playing Hazard up front with Willian and Pedro. That doesn't give you an out at all, does it? And in fact, I don't think Hazard would be too happy.
I think it's a counter-attacking lineup, Eamon, and when they're up against teams like Leicester, they're going to enjoy all the possession. But Leicester are just going to get behind the ball. We've been going on a long time about it, that they haven't got a centre forward and they're missing badly. Morata hasn't done it.
No.
Giroud, doesn't do it for me either. They brought him on again on Saturday, when they were struggling to get a goal, but I think he's limited. So they are lacking a goal scorer. I think that shows in the amount of goals they've scored. But they're pretty good at the back, They don't concede that many. Aspilicueta, Alonso, 2 good fullbacks.
Yes.
David Luiz is having a more consistent season, not making any mistakes. But they're in a fight now with Arsenal, and I think, as I say, Manchester United are going to come back into this picture big time for the top 4.